There comes a moment in life not loud, not dramatic, when you suddenly realize that you've spent years being everything except yourself. You've been what people expected you to be. You've been what circumstances forced you to be. You've been what fear shaped you into. But the real you, the bold you, the purpose-driven you, they've been waiting patiently behind the noise. This speech is about the moment you finally decide to become you, not the version of you that makes everyone comfortable, not the version that hides so no one judges, not the version that shrinks so others feel bigger. I'm talking about the version of you that has been whispering for years. Let me out. Let me speak. Let me live. People talk about success, but they rarely talk about identity. Because until you know who you are, every dream will feel heavy. You'll chase things that don't belong to you. You'll carry battles that weren't assigned to you. You'll hand your energy to people who aren't even in your future. But the day you pause and say, wait, I know who I am, everything shifts. You stop apologizing for your strengths. You stop explaining your growth to those who prefer the old version of you. You stop begging for seats at tables you've outgrown. You stop lowering your voice to match small conversations. You begin to choose yourself not selfishly, but truthfully. And somewhere in that choice, you regain your fire. You rediscover the things that make your spirit come alive. You remember the dreams you buried under responsibility. You feel your confidence, returning the quiet, steady kind that doesn't need applause to breathe. This is what I want you to hear today. You are allowed to evolve. You are allowed to walk away from what drains. You are allowed to rebuild your habits, your mindset, your inner world. You are allowed to outgrow what once fit you perfectly. You are allowed to rise without permission. Nobody ever tells you this. But the truth is, transformation is not a moment. It is a decision repeated daily. You wake up and choose courage. Wake up and choose peace. Wake up and choose purpose. Wake up and choose yourself. And when life tries to pull you backward, will you remind yourself, I am not who I used to be. I'm becoming something new. Sometimes the greatest breakthrough is not the opportunity you receive, but the identity you finally step into. You don't need a miracle to start. You don't need a crowd to approve. You don't need a perfect plan. You just need willingness, the willingness to claim your life back. Because the moment you accept your worth, your choices change, your priorities change, your relationships change, your limits change, your whole world begins to shift in your favor, not because magic appeared, but because you appeared. So today, walk differently, speak differently, think differently, choose differently, step into the room like someone who finally met themselves and decided, this is who I am, and this is who I'm becoming. Not for validation, not for attention, but for truth.